Welcome again to another edition of Sports Scene Live. We tape every Sunday right here at the Tilted Kilt. A great place to come out and see a ball game, great place to come out to bring the family to eat, a menu that will cover just about everybody in your family. Anything you want, they've got it right here at the Tilted Kilt. All right, we got a lot to talk about today. Three big coaches coming in to talk, and Pete's Picks. We've got the players of the week as well. A lot to say in this one. It's rivalry week. Be back after this.
Galvez Seafood, now serving our popular boiled crawfish. Check out our daily lunch and dinner specials. We have something for everyone. Join us for steak night on Thursdays, or sink your teeth into our $5 burger and dollar draft special every Saturday for lunch. Book our private room for your next party or meeting, or let us cater your next function. Locally owned and operated, we pride ourselves on homemade. If you haven't already, come check us out. Galvez Seafood, Highway 42 in Prairieville.
Whether you're hurt by a dump truck or a garbage truck or any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. And these are some of the big results I fought to get my clients. Just call me, get it done.
Call 888-8888.
Do you have car problems? The next time you need your automobile towed, make it easy. Just call Tuyes Towing. They offer the most affordable rates in Ascension Parish. For 24-hour towing, call 675-8357. Diaz Tire and Auto Repair invites you to shop with them in Gonzales and the Highway 42 Prairieville location. Bring your school ID and get $5 off oil, lube, and filter. Diaz Tire, Airline Highway Gonzales, and Highway 42 Prairieville.
Whatever your car is doing, we'll check it out and fix it right.
Amco Transmissions on Coursey Boulevard in Baton Rouge, 752-0081.
AA MCO.
A&M Heating and Air Conditioning has been locally owned and operated by Tony Arsenault since 1988. They have an honest reputation based on sound advice and great service. Call A&M Heating and Air Conditioning today for all of your service needs. Bertrand's Pharmacy has been providing personal medication counseling for over 30 years. Andy and Jeannie Bertrand, registered pharmacists, honor many prescription plans. Bertrand's is open Monday through Saturday. Phone 644-5641. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. Tilted Kilt is food, friends, beer, sports, and fun, awaiting you at Gonzales' newest sports pub near Cabela's. Check out the food and views at Tilted Kilt. Hearty meals like sirloin and cheesesteak salad. The Tilted Kilt, home of the Sports Scene Live TV show, Sundays at 3 p.m. Come be a part of the fun.
Welcome back to the Tilted Kilt. We're ready to talk with head coach David Oliver. Coach O, another victory, puts himself in a real good position to possibly win the district or tie for the district. Also a good seeding in the state playoffs. But let's talk about the victory first. 41-6. Bad weather. I mean, you overcame a lot of things.
Yeah, it was, I thought we played well. Our goal was to try to get the ball first, which we did, and to get an early lead because every indication was that the weather was coming and it might get sloppy. And we were able to jump out to 34-0 and got to halftime. It started raining right before halftime and then had an extended halftime. So really, the game never got delayed. It was just the halftime was a lot longer than the game. And then we came out in the second half. They finessed the clock a little bit to make it run, and so we were able to get out of there 41-6 with a win.
Yeah, a lot of it was lightning strikes, and whenever you have a lightning strike, you got 30 minutes that you have to wait. And I was in the press box in another stadium, and I was watching the referee. Every time a lightning strike, he'd hit that button and start that clock over again. It was getting frustrating.
That's how they did it at our place too. And like I said, we were fortunate that the game never got suspended. We actually went into halftime, and as we started talking to the kids at halftime, they came in and told us it'd be an extra half hour, so that turned it into about a 50-minute halftime, and then we went probably an additional 15 minutes, and then we came out, and it was just rain then.
What is the protocol there? Do you get to a certain point where you say, well, let's just blow it off and start from this point tomorrow or the next day or whatever?
Well, they have a few different things. One of the things the LHSA says is that if both schools at that time agree to call it a complete game and principles, that it can count as a win for the team that's ahead. If both teams don't agree, then a suspended game they can wait for another half hour after a lightning strike if travel's an issue. If not, the game's suspended and then it has to be completed. If it's a Thursday game, it has to be completed by midnight on Saturday, and if it's a Friday game, I think you have until Monday at midnight. So.
Okay, so you could actually end up playing on a Sunday if
yeah, you could play Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
You know, so if it would have got suspended, so we were committed to getting that second half in, and they ran the clock, and we got a little wet, but like I say, our kids played good. We were mostly error-free. You know, we were able to hold out Cade Nelson and try to freshen him up a little bit. So things worked out well for us.
Yeah, this game, by the way, was played at the pit because they had some electrical problems at Broadmoor, so it was an extra home game for you too. And
it was an unexpected home game. They called us, and I guess they've been having some electrical issues, and the lights would just go off, and it would be hard to get them back on, and they'd go off like in the middle of a play and something like this. So they called us. We arranged to have the game at our place this year and next year. So it was nice. You know, it was out the season ticket package, so there was some fans that got to sit in the reserved seating section that they had, and then it was a pretty good little crowd for a last-minute change-up, even with the fair going on. And then with the weather, I tell you what, the crew that stayed till the end was loud, and we appreciated them staying and cheering us on.
The game, in fact, all three schools in our parish played at home over the weekend, and the weather affected all three of them in one way or another, but they did finish the games. You mentioned Cade Nelson was held out. That was a coach's decision. It wasn't an injury or anything like that, right?
It was a little of both. I mean, he could have gone if he needed to go. But we just decided it was best if we could rest him to get him fresh for the Week 10 game and for the playoffs. You know, he's kind of the engine that drives our offense. And, you know, we got a good plan B, which is KJ Franklin, who had an excellent game. And plan C would be Halen Miller running it. So we really got a lot of production the other night from those two individuals. But a fresh Cade Nelson is going to, you know, if we were playing EA last week, he'd have played.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your ability to play a number of players in that game. I assume you were able to play in the second half some extra players that they got a little more playing time, a little more experience.
Yeah, a lot of those guys, and that's valuable playing time for you know, the future. You know, whether it be the end of this season, just guys getting game experience under the Friday night lights, or you know, it really has a huge impact, you know, on spring practice and you know next year, because those guys will have a feel for what it's like at the pit, what's it like in a weather game. So it was a big learning experience, and like I said, we were fortunate to get the game in. We were excited that we got off to a quick start and played well. So we're looking forward to Week 10.
Week 10 is coming up, and it's not just a Week 10 or just a game. It is the game. But, of course, at this time of year, every game becomes the game, but this one's extra special because it is the rivalry.
Yeah, you know, and this is, you know, I'm guessing there'll be a few fans at the pit on Friday night to check it out. So that's the kind of, you know, you got to earn your way into games like this. The people will show up for this one, you know, if it's two average teams or two mediocre teams. But this, I think, is two very good football teams, both top 6 in the state of Louisiana, 5A. So lots going to be decided, a lot of bragging rights. And yeah, I tell you what, it's going to be an exciting atmosphere at the pit on Friday night.
You know, what could happen, and I'm hoping this doesn't happen, but what could happen is the fact that when this game is played and the seedings come out, and it depends what bracket you end up in, you guys might meet again.
Anything's possible, you know, and, you know, they look like they're set for a big playoff run, and we feel like, you know, Week 10 is just the beginning of our playoff run, that each week is do or die now for us. You know, obviously we're in the playoffs regardless, and so are they, but, you know, each game is going to have a playoff-like atmosphere, and we're excited for the stretch run. We feel like we're pretty healthy, and, you know, we're going to have a home game for round 1, and, you know, we're a hard team to beat at the pit.
No doubt about that. And give us a scouting report now on EA from your standpoint.
Hey, they're good. I mean, they're real good. They are huge on the interior lines on both sides. They got great size. They're very physical and aggressive. You know, and then they, on the back half of offense and defense, they got, you know, good speed and skill. So it's going to be a challenge for us, and, you know, we look forward to the matchup. You know, these are guys that we've seen a bunch in 7-on-7. We've seen them in, you know, we play each other multiple times, freshman and JV a year. So these teams know each other well, and like I said, it's going to be a huge environment, big game environment, and I think people are going to be talking about it for years to come.
We've talked all year about how well your defense has played, but EA's defense is equally to the challenge too. I mean, this could be a nothing game into the fourth quarter.
You know, that's what you know. That's what I thought. You know, we talked about as a coaching staff, that it could be a tight game like that. But we had a situation. You know, my like 3 or 4 years ago, every game came down to the last play for like 4 straight years, and then lately we've been in this little routine of blowing each other out. So, but with our defenses the way they're playing, we feel like it's going to be a tight defensive type battle, and those hidden yards and special teams and stuff are going to be critical, and containing their return game, especially on the kickoff aspect with the London kids, going to be a big part of the game.
Yeah, the special teams and the big play players, and you've got some big play players too.
Oh yeah, I mean, both teams have their stars, and I think those stars are going to kind of negate each other, and then it's going to be whoever has the best of the rest of the guys that's going to end up winning. And we got a strong program. They're having a great season, so it's going to be an exciting night at the pit.
I used to coach baseball and used to tell my baseball team, your first 6 guys, they may be just as good as our first 6 guys. So your 7, 8, and 9 hitters, those are the guys who might win the ball game for us. And in this situation, kind of like that for you.
We expect it to be a tight ball game, and hopefully our kids will come out. This is the week where you don't have to say nothing from a motivational standpoint except for let's go. Yes. You guys ready? It's 7 o'clock. Let's go get out for the. And they'll be ready, and I'm sure that EA will be the same way. The community's up for it, the kids will be up for it, the coaches will be up for it. Looking for a great night Friday.
Now, wish you luck. I'm going to wish Darnell luck too, though, but good luck to you, Coach.
Okay.
Let's take a look at our player of the week. We've got Hector Rodriguez, wide receiver and kicker, and Galvez Seafood Company, along with Sports Scene Magazine and TV, would like to present this plaque to Hector. Our plaque sponsor is Casa Maria Mexican Grill. Congratulations on being our player of the week.
Thank you. I just want to thank my coaches and all my teammates for always pushing me and just being united together and everything.
38-7 win, and you scored 8 points with a field goal and 5 extra points, so you actually outscored the opponent.
Yes, sir, I did. Didn't think about that, actually.
You stayed pretty busy when you're playing 2 positions like that. Talk about that a little bit. It's nice to have Cade Nelson score 4 touchdowns to give you the chance to kick extra points, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Because when he puts them in there, I mean, everybody, if it's anybody, we're just happy it's in there. This is really a team thing.
Well, you guys have really come along this year and doing a great job right now. You've got another big one coming up. Talk about your next opponent.
Broadmoor. Should be a good one right there. I mean, Rutgers don't speak for nothing. They're very athletic and just very big in size.
What you don't want to do is have a letdown this time of year.
Yes, sir. We had one this year already, but we're going to learn from it and move on.
And you've got the next week, of course, after that, everybody knows about the rivalry game. We won't talk about that yet because it's time to focus on one opponent, right?
Yes, sir. We're just going to take it one game at a time.
All right, well, congratulations once again on being our player of the week.
Thank you.
Hector Rodriguez, wide receiver and kicker.
Galvez Seafood, now serving our popular boiled crawfish. Check out our daily lunch and dinner specials. We have something for everyone. Join us for steak night on Thursdays, or sink your teeth into our $5 burger and dollar draft special every Saturday for lunch. Book our private room for your next party or meeting, or let us cater your next function. Locally owned and operated, we pride ourselves on homemade. If you haven't already, come check us out. Galvez Seafood, Highway 42 in Prairieville. Your custom-built dream home is more affordable than ever at Roland Homes. Quality comes first on all our modular and manufactured homes. Roland Homes has a huge inventory in many styles and floor plans. And if we don't have it, we'll custom build it, so you'll find the right home to fit your lifestyle and your budget. New or pre-owned, financing is available. Plus, home improvement and repairs are even easier with Roland Homes parts and accessories now on site for your convenience. All at one location to better serve you. Roland Homes in Prairieville.
Big O Tires is now open in Sanama. They offer tires, alignments, brakes, and oil changes. If it's got tires, we've got you covered. Stuck on the road? Call their 24/7 roadside assistance number, 445-3635. Big O Tires in Sanama.
They swarm. They nest. They will destroy your home.
Eliminate the colony and eliminate termites for good.
We're one of the area's largest volume leaders in Centricon installations. Call the original Salvant. Call the Bug Man.
923-BUGS.
Automotive repairs? We've got you covered. Tyrus Total Automotive in Prairieville and Sanama Muffler and Brake Service. See us for CV shaft work, brakes, tune-ups, air conditioner, tires, and diagnostics. Wherever you are in Ascension Parish, visit one of Tyrus' convenient locations. Bro Welding and Industrial Supply prides themselves on same-day delivery. Customer service is our #1 priority. They deliver on time, every time. Bro Company, serving the area for over 30 years. On the web at broco.com. See Foti Financial Services for all your money needs. They have loans for any worthwhile purpose: auto, furniture, appliance, home improvement, and vacation loans. Celebrating over 50 years of service, Foti Financial Services. Outmuscle the outdoors with a Kawasaki Brute Force 300 featuring sporty performance and agile handling, or try the Brute Force 750 with twin-engine digital fuel injection and automatic transmission, available at Lightspeed Motorsports. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. Tilted Kilt is Gonzales' newest sports venue. You'll find refreshing new food choices with appetizers like loaded tater tots, pub nachos, bacon cheeseburger sliders, and beer battered onion rings. Check out the food and views at the Tilted Kilt near Cabela's, home of the Sports Scene Live TV show, Sundays at 3 p.m.
Welcome back to the Tilted Kilt, ready to talk more high school football, this time with the EA head coach Darnell Lee, who has an undefeated team in district, 8-1 on the year, and 16-0, a good victory against a team that you mentioned last week was going to be very physical and very challenging in McKinley.
Yes, sir. Ken Hilton does a great job with those guys, man, and they didn't have their starting quarterback, so we knew it'd pretty much be a ground game, but they have some athletes over there that can change the game in a heartbeat.
Now, the weather was a factor later, but in the first half, it was pretty much okay, and the stats showed how tough it was. In other words, I got first quarter stats here, just to give you an idea. -5 yards for the Panthers in the first quarter. At halftime, the total yards, listen to this, this is interesting, rushing -10 for the Spartans at halftime, and 83 for the Panthers, passing McKinley 11 and the Spartans 86. It was a defensive battle from start to finish, and then of course the second half with the weather making a big difference. But it was a nose to nose and just really all out effort from the defensive side.
Yeah, and we knew defensively for them coming in, they had a good front seven, very athletic and physical linebackers. Their defensive line at good size and good speed. Secondary, they always have athletes. And we did a decent job early on before the rain hit of passing the football. Wakefield did a good job for us. I think finding Tyreek Johnson for a score. But overall, we knew it would be a physical game. It's always tough when we play McKinley.
I've got the score 9-0 at the end of one quarter, 9-0 at the half. And the reason the 9, there was a safety. That was the first score of the game. The punt went right on down to the 1 yard line. So you had great special teams. And he had later, Cade had a 62-yard punt in the game. But he had it down to the 1 and then get the safety. So the defense played tough. Special teams set it up for you.
Yes, sir, it did. We had a punt return call back. I think Jaquan Mitchell had a 52-yard punt return.
I got it 55. Whatever. And then you had a 53-yard touchdown pass that was called back too.
You know how it is. When you have subjective calls on the officials' part, you got to go with the ruling. But we got to clean that up. That's like the 12th touchdown call back on us this year.
That was my next comment. Was going to say that the defense played tough, but then you had a lot of penalties, and the penalties are something that you can correct.
I got to be honest. Watching the film, we look for those penalties, and half of them, it's just, we just play the game to win. I'm not going to say anything bad about officials. We train, we coach our kids every day on playing the game the right way. And the kid comes to the sideline and says, "What did I do wrong, coach?" And you did exactly what we coached you to do. And we don't coach them to break the rules, but if the flags come out, we got to respect it and we continue to play.
In the third quarter, it was a touchdown. The fourth quarter, nothing else. It was 16-0 the final. But that touchdown in the third quarter was electrifying. 70 yards for Jamel London.
I think
he does that every week, doesn't he? Something big play.
Coach Mastretta or Fertitta, one of them said he was like lightning in a bottle. So you got to cast a big net, to try to contain him. But he's so slippery, and he gets north and south in a heartbeat. And he's just one of those guys that you can pull over, and he gives us a spark offensively.
You used him a lot in that Wildcat too.
Yes, sir. He can throw the ball a little bit too. So you want to sleep on him passing, you can, but there's more in the bag to Jamel on offense than just him catching and running.
All right, we've got another game coming up, and of course, it's not just another game. It's the last game of the regular season. Playoffs are implied in this one way or the other. You've got a district championship on the line on this one. But put all that aside, it's EA and Santa Ma. That's
Yes,
what
sir.
it really is.
Yeah, it is. And, it's a big game for our school. I'm sure it's a big game for them. But, if you look at the last time we touched the field against them, you saw them dominate. You look at the time before that, we dominated them. So you can throw the records out. You can throw everything out when we play each other. It's going to be a high-intensity game. And, a lot of people look forward to it all year long. But, we take it one game at a time, and this is the week for Santa Ma, so we want to go undefeated this week.
I think it's 37 years, and it's like 1918 in the rivalry.
It is.
You can't get any better than that.
You can't get any better than that, man. That's just quality football. And, they're doing a great job over there. I was just talking to Coach Oliver outside, and, it's just going to be one of those physical football games,
They know each other very well from grade school on up through high school now.
Yes, sir. Our kids are, it's a statement game for us, and I'm sure it is for them too. But we're trying to change the culture at East Ascension. We want our kids to play with more confidence. We've always been the type, we want our kids to be humble and do things the right way, and we preach that every day. But you can be humble and assignment sound, but still be a mentally tough football team, and that's what we're trying to establish.
You got one player that's questionable right now, at least in my book. I want to find out how he is. Cameron Wire,
Yes,
LSU commitment, by the way, outstanding offensive tackle, was hurt early and did not come back. How is he?
He'll be questionable. I brought him to treatment yesterday. He's going to have to get some therapy. He's got a little bit of swelling in that knee, not from anything being torn. He aggravated it again. Got undercut. Our center was blocking the defensive lineman, and that momentum carried him into the back of his leg, and he went down quick. And he admitted afterwards it scared him more than anything. But we didn't take the chance of putting him back out there with that wet field.
He's a big player, and I don't mean just big from a standpoint of he's very big, important in that offense. But he's 6'6", 285 too. He's big that way as well.
Sir. And it's one of those things, and that's the reason why you prepare guys as backups to be able to step up. And we had Rustin Carmouche come out and sing he was a backup. He come out and sing the national anthem.
He sure did.
Before he
number
knew it,
77. Yeah.
Before he knew it, he was on the field having to play for us. So so the guy he sang the national anthem. He turned around and finished the game at tackle for us. And he's a senior, has been practicing, and it was just his opportunity to come in and help out the team.
Yeah, he really did, and in more ways than one. All right, give me a good scouting report on Santa Ma. What you see there?
They're the Gators.
That's all you have to say, really, right?
Yeah, you see that press box over there that says Gator Pride, and everything they do, they exhibit pride. They play hard, they fight, they scrappy. They have athletes. Offensively, they have a tough quarterback, they have a tough running back. Offensive line gets after you. They're well coached, and there's a reason why they're 8-1 going into the game. And last year they finished the season 9-1. So, you're talking about 17 regular season wins over the course of 2 years. That's definitely it's definitely going to be a tough match for us. But our kids are excited. We're looking forward to it, and I feel like we're both battle tested, so it should be a great game.
I imagine you have to watch the penalties, cut down on that, and ball control. Don't turn the ball over.
That's right. Turnovers are number one for us. Watching penalties, I'm not going to cut our kids' effort and tell them that don't play as hard or try not to get penalties. Because, that can happen on every play. That's in the eye of the beholder, which is the officials. And but our kids, man, we play hard, we coach hard, and to have 12 touchdowns called back in a season, that's I'll never forget that.
It's hard.
And a lot of that, man, with with the way things have been going, all it's doing is making us stronger. So we're looking forward to it.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to next week too. Good luck to you, and
Yes,
we're looking forward to a great game and see where you guys end up in the playoffs. That's
I appreciate
it. Let's take a look at our player of the week.
Stanford Knockham, the nose tackle for the Spartans. Galvez Seafood Company, along with Sports Scene Magazine and TV, would like to present this plaque to Stanford. And our plaque sponsors, Pot and Paddle, Jambalaya Kitchen, Dine-In, Carry Out, or Catering. Congratulations on being our player of the week.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate my teammates and my coaches for putting me in the position to get the win player of the week this week.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have been playing really outstanding defense overall as a team, and you individually certainly. And it's been we were wondering when you're going to get recognized because you've been doing a good job all year.
Yes, sir. I just wait my turn and let my teammates.
They had 4 fourth down plays in the ball game that they went for it, didn't get any of them, and you stuffed them most of the times.
Yes, sir. We just do what we start to do all week.
You like getting in there and bull rushing, I think, don't you?
Yes, sir. My favorite move.
I thought it might be. All right, what about your next opponent? Talk about that one.
Well, we're not going to take him lightly. McKinley coming to Spartan Stadium Friday. We're not going to take him lightly.
They're big, they're strong, but then you weigh over 300 pounds. You're pretty big and strong yourself.
Yes, sir.
You ready for the challenge?
Yes, sir. We're always ready.
All right. You guys have got another big one after that, but we won't get into that one. We'll talk about that next week.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations once again on being Player of the Week.
Thank you very much.
Stanford Knockham, nose tackle, Spartans.
Marshawn's Interior and Hardware Specialist. You got it made.
Come into our showroom and let our experts guide you through our large selection of today's latest trends. Marshawn's flooring and countertop collections offer these styles with unbelievable prices. And at Marshawn's, we install it all. Come in to see all of the promotions and specials going on now.
With Marshawn's Interior and Hardware Specialist, you got it made.
Galvez Seafood, now serving our popular boiled crawfish. Check out our daily lunch and dinner specials. We have something for everyone. Join us for steak night on Thursdays, or sink your teeth into our $5 burger and dollar draft special every Saturday for lunch. Book our private room for your next party or meeting, or let us cater your next function. Locally owned and operated, we pride ourselves on homemade. If you haven't already, come check us out. Galvez Seafood, Highway 42 in Prairieville.
Hebert Steel Incorporated, Gonzales and Baton Rouge, offers structural steel fabrication. Hebert Steel is a proud supporter of all high school sports in this area. Phone 644-5316 or 291-2144. Selling your home? Rick Gotro with Realty Executives in Prairieville can do a comparative market analysis to properly value your home before it goes on the market. Call Ricky today, 715-7256.
Pedrine's Portable Buildings invite you to visit their new location on the Airline Highway in Prairieville. Pedrine's offers free estimates, free delivery in surrounding areas, and setup. We do workshops, outdoor kitchens, even snowball stands. Pedrine's Portable Buildings.
It's hurricane season. Rescom Electric installs Generac generators for residential and commercial customers. Keep your family and business safe. Call Rescom Electric today for your Generac generator, 622-3647.
BNC Electric in Gonzales and Baton Rouge has starters, alternators, generators, and batteries for autos, trucks, marine, tractors, forklifts, and heavy equipment in stock. BNC Electric, starter and alternator headquarters, serving Gonzales and Baton Rouge. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Piku Computers has years of experience. Piku will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. For sports, food, and fun, it's the Tilted Kilt in Gonzales. All sports fans will enjoy entree choices like beer-battered fish and chips, grilled pork chops, smothered chicken, and more. Check out the food and views at Tilted Kilt near Cabela's Parkway, and come be a part of the Sports Scene Live TV show Sundays at 3 p.m.
Welcome back to the Tilted Kilt, everyone. Ready to talk more high school football with Guy Mistretta, the head coach at Dutchtown. And Coach, I know this was a tough one to see happen, 20-0. Had bad weather, had all kinds of things, and just couldn't get anything going. And you had an injury to the quarterback, which is a big factor.
Yeah, Ben Mays, our quarterback. Ben's been our guy all year. You know, he's our leader. He's been our playmaker. Went down on our second series, and you could kind of feel the wind come out of our guys for a little while. We've got two capable guys behind him. In Dre Monroe and Noah Gray, who came in. They both have different skill sets. We have to operate around that. They're both capable, but to throw guys in that situation, number one, you know, obviously the monsoon we were in like everybody else, but then against a really good Calic High defense was a tough situation for them. We you know, it was by far our toughest night of the year offensively. Understandably, but so we'll have to come up with a new plan.
I think it was 109 total yards you had offensively.
Yeah, it was tough.
And it was tough. And the weather, it was a factor from, I guess, halftime on, but I think you had the longest delay. I think you had like an hour-and-a-half delay at your ball game.
It got pretty bad. You know, every time we were ready to come back out, another strike would hit, and by rule, you've got to wait 30 minutes from then. And then when we finally were allowed out of the locker room, then you have to take a warm-up time as well. So,
did you ever have a discussion about the possibility of postponing it to a Saturday or to a Sunday game?
had we not come out when we did, it would have been played on Saturday. That was the discussion, yes.
Okay. And I guess both principals and both coaches have to agree that let's go ahead and play it now and keep it going.
That's correct. And, I think everybody wanted it in that night. Didn't seem like at least to the coaches and players, didn't seem like it was that long of a delay. But I know it's difficult for everyone else. And then, you worry about transportation and roads and all that comes into play.
I remember when I was in high school, we had a rain game. And, of course, the protocol today is a lot different than it was then. But the one thing I remember most about it was you wanted to be in the game. You didn't want to be on the sideline getting soaking wet. You wanted to be in the game getting soaking wet.
Yeah,
it's fun in the game, but not on the sidelines.
No, you're right. You got to really be into it. We played a state championship game once when I was at Redemptress, and it was after Katrina, so we had to play up in Shreveport, and it was 17 degrees at kickoff.
Oh, wow.
And man, if you weren't on the field, you're right. If you were just in the stands, it was brutal up there. But for us guys on the field, you're into it. You don't really think about those things.
You've had an up and down year, good and bad, and you've been able to have a very resilient football team. Talk about that now that you've got another game coming up, and this game will determine where you're going to be seated in the playoffs.
Hey, and that's what the whole theme is this week. We're at, I believe, 19 right now in the playoffs. You win this game, got a great chance to host a game in the first round. So that's a big deal, for a program where we are right now, what we're trying to do. That can really give us a boost moving forward.
The playoffs start the very next week, so you wouldn't have any break or anything like that. You start right up, right?
Yep, absolutely. Let's go.
Talk about your next opponent and how you're approaching that game.
McKinley High School, we're a really good football team, really good defensively, and have playmakers on offense.
Got some big guys, too.
They're big. As usual, we'll be the smaller team on the field, but we're used to that, and we understand that. Ken Hilton's the head coach over there. Is a great guy. He coached with me over at Redemptress for a couple years, and really good friend of mine, and does a super job. We expect a battle. I know those guys are the same way, same boat, fighting for playoff seeding.
They lost their quarterback early in the ball game that they played, and they had to battle through with a second or third team quarterback, second team quarterback in this case. How is Mays, and how will he be able to play in that game?
Ben, our guy, we'll find out tomorrow exactly where he stands. We've got contingency plans across the board ready to go for practice tomorrow afternoon.
Okay. And what was the injury? Was it a knee?
Lower leg.
Lower leg, okay. Yeah. All right. Give us a scouting report on McKinley. You gave us kind of a scouting report general, but...
they spread it out there, 4-2-5 on defense. They attack on defense. That's Ken's side of the ball, and he does a great job with it. Offensively, they spread it out. They love to throw the ball. As you've mentioned, they've got some injuries at quarterback as well, so not sure who will be in there. The starter is leading the area in passing yardage, and they've got some really good receivers. One thing they did the other night, which is similar to what we did with Noah Gray, they took one of their receivers, the Dags kid, who's a phenomenal athlete, and put him at quarterback and ran a lot of Wildcat type stuff with him. So there's a lot to prepare for, and hopefully we're giving them a lot to prepare for as well.
Having known the coach, having coached the coach, is that a plus or a minus? In other words, he knows as much about you as you know about him.
I'll lose sleep just knowing how good of a coach he is. My wife, on the other hand, can't wait to get over there and hang out with his wife on Friday night. So, it works both ways. I look forward to talking to him about it in the off season.
Yeah. The season has been an unusual one for you. I know that being the first one and everything at this particular stop in your coaching career, but it's been a rewarding one at times too for you. I mean, you've got to feel good at times, and I know you've got some low times and some high times. Comment a little bit about that, being a coach going through something like that.
Yeah, that's football, man. Every season's like that, and I've been fortunate to be on a couple of teams that have gone undefeated, and you still have lows during that time. It's just part of the deal, and that's every Friday night. So you learn to deal with that. The big, from my standpoint, is it's making sure the kids understand how to deal with it, how to handle it, not getting too high, not getting too low. just understanding that, hey, it's the next game, it's the next week, it's the next play. Moving along in that standpoint, and not getting caught up in the big picture. Let's worry about the right now.
And you learn a lot from a loss. I mean, you always want to win every game, but I guess the one positive thing to look at is that you get their attention when you lose a little bit more, maybe, and a little more attention to detail.
You do. That's definitely the case, especially early in the year. Later in the year, it's more about, you know, keeping their confidence up and, hey, let's move on to the next obstacle, because that's what's important. There's no question. Nothing that happened Friday night against Calicut matters at this point. We came in Saturday morning, we made the corrections, and now it's all about getting ready for McKinley and playing our best and getting some momentum into the playoffs.
Do you taper off practice at all a little bit at this time of the year?
We always do. We taper off when we get to district. We shorten practice a little bit. When we get to the playoffs, we cut back on the physicality a little bit. This year we did that a little earlier than normal because we have depth issues. We don't have a lot of depth up front in particular, and you don't want to bang your guys up during the weekend. During the week, you need them for Friday nights. So we've been in playoff mode from a practice standpoint for a couple of weeks now.
Well, we wish you the best of luck. We look forward to next week and just see where you're going to go in the playoffs.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time for everybody.
It really is. We'll take a look at our player of the week now. Noah Gray, a wide receiver. Sports Scene Magazine, along with the Galvez Seafood Company, would like to present this plaque to Noah. And our plaque sponsor is Tony Gudo, Allstate Insurance Agent. You're in good hands with Tony. You're in good hands with Allstate. And you're in good hands with Noah Gray. You're not going to fumble that because you catch those passes. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. I just want to thank my coaches and my teammates for putting me in a good spot, being able to, have this award and achieve it.
You were kind of a surprise starter, I think, in this last game because you were taken off the field a week before on a stretcher. Talk about that a bit.
Yes, so I actually didn't wear a mouthpiece that game, so I messed up inside my mouth, so I had to get taken off. Came back at the end of the game, I was real surprised and happy with my teammates, to pulled it through. Had a good game, so, nobody thought I was playing this week, but I pulled it through. Came to practice, had a good week of practice, and got the dub, so we good.
7 yards and 63 yards on touchdown passes. I think the biggest play you've had all year, though, was against Covington when you got down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, you're right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That was a big play. You've made some big plays this year, and this team has come a long way. I think that loss against Covington almost lit a light under you guys because you guys have been a different football team since then.
Yes, sir. That lit a big light under us. We came out to practice after that week, and every week of practice after that week has been perfection. So, we came back and bounced back real good. Can't get it back, but we're going to keep pushing forward.
Well, you're in the hunt for a district championship right now, and you've got a big game with Catholic. Talk about that one.
Very big game against Catholic. We respect our opponent. We respect them. Very good football team. We're just going to come out and do what we have to do, prepare right, and we're going to see what it comes out.
It's real windy right now, and he's got to get back out on the practice field, so we're going to let you go. Congratulations again, Noah.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Noah Gray, wide receiver, player of the week.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Saturday for lunch. Book our private room for your next party or meeting, or let us cater your next function. Locally owned and operated, we pride ourselves on homemade. If you haven't already, come check us out. Galvez Seafood, Highway 42 in Prairieville.
If it's glass you need, you can depend on Airline Glass and Upholstery, 724 Airline Highway, Gonzales. They've been taking care of your glass and upholstery needs since 1972. Give Stephen or Tanya a call today at 647-1040. Ascension Ready Mix supplies concrete for residential, commercial, and industrial clients. They're a locally owned company with locations in Prairieville and Baton Rouge. Ascension Ready Mix, phone 677-7177. Acadian Custom Cabinets creates a custom product to your specs. They're professionals that do incredible work that lasts for years to come. The owner is hands-on to give you exactly what you want. Acadian Custom Cabinets, phone 622-6337. Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body are collision repair specialists. Their certified trained technicians offer state-of-the-art repair. They offer free estimates and all insurance claims are welcome. Bruyette's Automotive Paint and Body. BNC Electric in Gonzales and Baton Rouge has starters, alternators, generators, and batteries for autos, trucks, marine, tractors, forklifts, and heavy equipment in stock. BNC Electric, starter and alternator headquarters, serving Gonzales and Baton Rouge. Outmuscle the outdoors with a Kawasaki Brute Force 300 featuring sporty performance and agile handling, or try the Brute Force 750 with twin-engine digital fuel injection and automatic transmission, available at Lightspeed Motorsports. Tags and Titles is your one-stop shop for all your DMV and notary needs. Renew your driver's license, ID card, or handicap ID. If it has wheels and a title, they can handle it for you at Tags and Titles, located in Sanama. Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Piku Computers has years of experience. Piku will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. For sports, food, and fun, it's the Tilted Kilt in Gonzales. All sports fans will enjoy entree choices like beer-battered fish and chips, grilled pork chops, smothered chicken, and more. Check out the food and views at Tilted Kilt near Cabela's Parkway, and come be a part of the Sports Scene Live TV show Sundays at 3 p.m.
Welcome back to our special feature of the week, Pete's Picks. Pete Pasquale here to talk about his picks. He was 8-2 this past week. 58-20 on the year now, 74.3%, almost 75%. That's not bad for the year, and we're ready to do it. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go with Dutchtown at McKinley.
Okay, we got to start with the easy one. I'm picking Dutchtown, Griffins. Dutchtown, they play Catholic tough, so 20-0. Good defense. I forgot last week, Van Sean Grayson, Larry Abad, Jacoby Johnson, Ben Mays, I don't know. McKinley, it's an easy game.
Okay, EA at Santa Monica. That's the big one, the rivalry game. 8-1 against 8-1.
You know, it's a hard game to pick, Mr. Larry, you think?
I know where you're going to go with this, but go ahead.
Okay, so for my dad, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I'm picking the Spartans, the mighty, mighty Spartans, over the Golden Gators.
Okay. Even with his Crimson Tide hat on. All right, Letcher at Plaquemine.
Oh, no, I can talk about a light game for ages, Mr. Larry.
Okay, let's talk about it some more. Then.
Yeah, like, so, I don't know, man, I can go way back. You know, this game probably been played, like, I don't know, since they started playing football, you know, but it used to be Gonzales High and Santa Monica High, and Gonzales was green and gold and the Bulldogs, and Santa Monica High was maroon and gray and the Wildcats, and they consolidated the school. Everybody went to EA. My dad says he got a hard time pulling for EA because he's a Gonzales alumni. But he needs to be pulling for EA this week. But let's see, like I want to talk about the defense for East Ascension. You know, like I want to say that they play so big.
What about the Gators? So there's that side of the ball.
I'm worried about Hector. You know, Hector's a field goal kicker. You know, I think if Santa Monica win, he's got to turn into Briggs Boulevard because he's their tallest wide receiver. He's got to make catches to put him in field goal range so he can kick it. I don't want him to kick it, but, you know, he might kick the field goal, and that might be the game, you know, 3-0, because this is the type of game we're looking at here. You know, Cade Nelson, he's real tough. I think EA's defense is made to stop him and everything thrown at EA's defense. KJ Franklin scored 2 touchdowns. You know, him and Jamel are both the point guards on the basketball team. Lutcher. I'm picking Lutcher.
Ooh, you came close to Plaquemine now.
Yeah, that game it goes back generations and generations too. And the last couple of years, like you know, Lutcher won 2 games in a row, and Plaquemine won 2 games in a row, and Plaquemine wanted to win in a regional game, and they scored 4 times on the counter to win the regional game, and they made it all the way to the semifinals. But I think Lutcher's got more playmakers than Plaquemine.
Go to St. James and St. Charles.
Okay, I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say St. James is gonna, because that's gonna be an upset. I mean, like if they able to beat St. Charles, because.
All right, that's 4 visiting teams you've taken. How about De La Salle at? I guess that's Donaldsonville.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna pick De La Salle. De La Salle's the top dog. You saw what they did to St. James. So, I mean, I just hope nobody gets hurt. I hope everybody has fun this week. It's rivalry week. It's week 10. It's the last one. Nobody wants to get hurt for the playoffs.
St. John at Ascension Catholic.
Okay, that's a big rivalry. That's an age-old Catholic rivalry on the West Bank. I mean, but Ascension Catholic's year, I mean, they're going to blow them out. And it's playing on a Thursday.
First home game, first home team that you picked.
Yes,
All right, Ascension Christian at Slaughter?
I'm going with Century Christian. You know, I know sometimes like I pick Century Christian and lose and they win, and the opposite. But I'm picking them. That's the last game of the year. They had played Slaughter a couple of years ago and won that game. So
here's a tough one for you: Catholic at Broadmoor.
Oh, that's that's easy.
Yeah,
Catholic.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
All right. LSU at Alabama. You're wearing the Alabama Crimson Tide hat.
Do I have to pick right away? You know, LSU has their destiny in their hands. You know, if LSU wins out, they can play for the national championship. They play in the SEC championship, and they win. They're going to be in the college football playoff because the SEC conference is the best conference. I'm picking Alabama because they're the top dog.
Okay, we've got an NFL game for you. The Saints and Tampa Bay, big rivalry there, and it's here in New Orleans.
Well, yeah, I'm picking the Saints. They won. I mean, I gotta keep picking them while they're winning. You know, I mean, this is 5 in a row now. So, like, you know, Tampa Bay, like, I don't know, Jameis Winston. I mean, I don't know. And the Saints are just like completely turned it around, and you know, I mean, as long as they keep winning, I'm gonna keep picking them.
All right, there you go. Those are the picks of the week from Pete. Welcome to Outside the Dog Pound for our Player of the Week at Lutcher, Zane McCrary, a safety for the Bulldogs. We've got Sports Scene Magazine along with St. James Parish Hospital. I'd like to present this plaque to our Player of the Week. Our plaque sponsor is Lutcher Family Clinic. We want to congratulate you on being our Player of the Week.
Thank you. I'd like to thank my coaches for putting us in the right position to win, and my teammates for stepping up and helping us come through.
Well, y'all have had an up and down year, but lately you got a couple of games now and where you're winning, you're back on a winning track.
Yeah, we were off to a rough start, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish, and we're trying to finish strong.
And you're doing that right now. You're doing a good job. You got your next game is against Tara. Talk about that one a little bit.
Tara is a spread offense. They got some good skill players, and some we're used to, a spread offense, but we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
What are some of the reads that you have as a safety? In other words, like in a cover 2 or whatever, what kind of read do you have?
My first read is the in-man on line of scrimmage, pass and run read. Second read, if it's a run, I step up and fill my position. If it's a pass, I get my drop and play the quarterback.
You like to make the pick or the hit?
I like to make the hit. I'm a hit guy.
You really? Okay. Well, we want to wish you the best of luck. You've got the playoffs coming up, and you keep winning like you're doing right now. You'll do just fine, won't you?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Zane McCrary, Player of the Week. Our St. James Wildcat Player of the Week is Chase Davis, defensive tackle for the Wildcats, and our corporate sponsor, St. James Parish Hospital, along with Sports Scene Magazine and TV, would like to present this plaque to Chase. Our plaque sponsor, St. James West Bank Clinic, Department of St. James Parish Hospital. Congratulations on being our Player of the Week.
Thank you. I want to thank my coaches, for guiding me, keep me on the right track, and my players for pushing me and, being there with me and keep me as a team player. I want to thank them.
Well, I tell you what, you guys had a rough one this past week, but listening to the chapel meeting that y'all just came out of, sounds like you guys are fired up, ready to go and put that behind you and move on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, one game at a time, get to the playoffs,
And you do have the playoffs in focus right now. And talk about your next game. You got Lusher, I think.
We want to go out there, do everything right, limit the mistakes, and have a good team win, and then get to St. Charles.
You must have been worn out by the end of that game this last week. You must have been doing some chasing around, huh?
Yes, sir. A lot of chasing around, just, trying to get to the ball, make plays, help my teammates make plays,
You guys have come a long way. The bar has been raised really high here at St. James the last few years, and you'd like to continue to keep that upward movement, right?
Yes, sir. Try to keep that going, Try to bring back a state championship, and then come back next year and help out the younger guys, just keep it going.
That's great. Well, good luck to you, Chase. We appreciate your time.
All right, thank you.
All right, defensive tackle, Player of the Week, Chase Davis.
See Gonzalez Military for a big selection of kids' camo and cold weather gear. They carry boots, camo rain gear, rubber boots, headgear, belts, and more. Gonzalez Military on Burnside in Gonzalez.
St. James Nursery in Gramercy is headquarters for your landscaping needs. They have plants, shrubs, trees, as well as palm trees. See Patrick or Denise Wagaspack or call 869-5254. Roseland Funeral Services remind you to take time to enjoy life and celebrate with your loved ones. Roseland Funeral Services is a locally owned company in Lutcher that's been providing services to the river parishes for many years. Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen, with 3 locations offering daily lunch specials, is one of our newest sponsors. Pot and Paddle for dine-in, carry-out, and catering. A great place for lunch 7 days a week. Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, and here in Gonzales on Cabela's Parkway. Check them out online at potandpaddle.com.
When you need collision repair, you want your vehicle to look brand new. For a top-quality job, request Allen's Body Shop. Their certified technicians have been doing quality work since 1978. Kenny Allen, owner.
Living in the South, we're sometimes too busy to make it to the bank. And if on the go, like me, use the First American mobile app to check accounts, make transfers, deposits, and a whole lot more. First American, a banking tradition since 1910.
Brignac Physical Therapy in Gramercy specializes in physical, massage, pool therapy, sports rehab, vestibular rehab, and dry needling. Most insurance is accepted. Brignac Physical Therapy. Phone 869-0389.
Got computer problems? Does your computer have a virus? Give us a shot at fixing your computer. Pico Computers has years of experience. Pico will have you up and running in no time. Call today, 647-8882. Bring all your friends to the new Tilted Kilt Sports Pub in Gonzales. Enjoy their wings with signature sauces and rubs, as well as burgers like you've never had anywhere else. The Tilted Kilt, home of the Sports Scene Live TV show, Sundays at 3 p.m.
Well, we have a very special feature this week. It is Shout-Out Week. It is Rivalry Week. EA in Santa Maria, the big game. Let's take a look back at some previous history and some interviews that were conducted a few years back.
Hi, I'm Morgan Rainey, and I'm a teacher at Santa Maria High School and also JV cheer coach.
I don't think that we've interviewed any teachers about their memories of the game. How long have you been at Santa Maria?
This is my first year back, but I graduated from Santa Maria also.
This is not your first game, of course.
Absolutely not. I was a 4-year band member, so I've gone to every game and every EA game, and it was a wonderful experience.
So you're a Santa Maria graduate, and now you're back teaching.
Absolutely, and it's been a blast being back, and it was a blast when I was there.
Well, tell us about your fondest memory of any of the EA Santa Maria games, just anything about it.
Every time we play EA, it's always a big hype. There's always so much emotion and excitement, and being in the band was always wonderful. It's a wonderful organization, and it really was like the highlight of my high school career. It was fantastic.
Well, people don't really realize that, but whenever the music's playing and all, and it's all part of it, whenever the band's not there, it doesn't feel like a football game.
You're right. It adds that emotion and that hype, and all of the people that are so excited, the cheerleaders, the players. It's just a wonderful place to be. It's really exciting.
Well, glad talking to you, and thanks for taking the time out.
Thank you very much.
Well, the Sports Scene had an article about the Spartan getting the trim at the Riverside Barbershop. Only you know whether that's true or not.
Yeah, well, no, not this year. The Spartan went under lock and key pretty early this year, so nothing would happen to him, you know.
Well, Ralph, I know lots of fans come to your store, to your barbershop, and ask you, and they tell you about what they think is going to happen. So what's everybody saying? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, typical. All the Santa Maria people are claiming they're going to win. All the EA people are rooting for that victory. I know what's going to happen. So it's going to be a victory by the Spartans.
Well, tell us about your cohort here.
That's my oldest son, Court. He my sidekick most everywhere as I go. So this is his thing here tonight.
How old is he?
He's 7.
All right, that's great. That's great. Well, wish y'all good luck tonight. I heard a rumor that the Gators going to change out of that orange uniform.
I don't know. I tell you what, you know, a couple years ago when they broke it out, I thought, man, we're playing Catholic High. Tonight, they just look like a big pumpkin patch. I don't know. It takes a man to dress like that, I guess, though. They say it takes a real man to wear a skirt. It takes more of a man to wear all orange like that.
Well, at least it's not all pink.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I think it could be worse.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, good luck.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
EA Santa Maria game. Everybody's getting ready. Tell us your names.
Brenna Rogers.
And I'm Shelby Leveron.
And what grade are y'all in?
I'm a sophomore.
I am too. I'm a sophomore.
What game is this
for you, EA Santa Ma?
The most important game of the year?
Definitely the biggest, most fun, crazy game of the year.
Have you been to any before?
We train at every single game, so yeah, we've been to all of them.
All right. So what do y'all do here at the game?
Well, we're sports athletic trainers, so we pretty much help out the health of the football players.
Oh, that's a great job. Both of you do that?
Yes, sir. We keep them hydrated, and we tape, and we do everything that they need to do. We do it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I don't think we've interviewed any of you guys before. So that's really a big thing, keeping the guys going, right, so they can win the game. So what's the score going to be tonight?
Well, a lot to well, let's just say Santa Ma's going to win.
Well, I see Santa Ma couldn't bring the cannon, but did y'all bring a tank?
That's not from us. We don't know who brought it, but it sure is cool.
Okay. Well, I saw it when I came in. I said, well, Coach O couldn't bring the cannon, but maybe he brought the tank today.
Nope, not today.
I'm Austin Swindle. I'm a senior, and I'd just like to say this is what we live for. This is high school football at its best. At its best.
I'm Branson Bond, and I'm a senior, and we wearing orange because we ain't scared. They ain't camo like they hunting us, and we're here to show them what's up.
My name's Cameron, and I'm a senior, and that's about it. That's all I got to say.
What about the flag? What's the flag say?
The flag, the flag says STA right here, and we got Go Gators on this side. It's been a tradition for a very long time. It's got a couple of dings and scratches on it, as you can tell, but other than that, it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
How many years y'all been doing this?
Too
many to count.
And who's your friend over here?
I'm Mason Kluwat. You know, we holding it down over here.
Yeah.
You expecting it to get cold tonight or what?
I hope not.
We don't feel the elements. We're out here every Friday, and we're gonna win. Go Gators!
Barry, Harley, Taylor, Bailey.
And what is your fondest memory over the years of the EA Santa Ma game?
Last year when we won. Yeah, I said the same thing.
I think last year when we won, because we won by a field goal and it was so intense.
Yeah, same thing. And the pep rallies, like everybody's just so spirited and having so much fun.
Well, what grade are y'all in?
10th.
11th.
10th.
All right. And y'all having fun so far?
Yes, sir.
Looks like it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. And everybody's here. Everybody's all excited about the game. Everybody that I've talked to, they are really pumped up for this game.
It's very intense.
I am. It's very nerve-wracking. Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking the time out.
That's going to wrap up this edition of Sports Scene from the Tilted Kilt. Be sure to join us next week because we'll recap the rivalry game. We'll take a look at the standings and what the seedings are for the state playoffs. Should be interesting. All three teams could be in it and should be in it. We'll take a look where they're in it when we return next week. Glad to have you with us this week.